There have been many people who have emerged as leaders during this, not only the storm phase itself, but also during the recovery. And in the days leading up to and through the storm, Landon Aydlett and his team over at the National Weather Service were certainly some of the most valuable people in our community. So, Landon, first of all, you look very, very well rested and very well deserved because you guys were rock stars. So, thank you for what you did for our island, getting us through this.
Thank you so much, Jason. It feels like so much longer than a week since we last had our KUAM weather outlook. It's amazing how much has happened in the course of a week.
Yeah, well, and you guys are Guamanians too, and you're our neighbors. And although you guys are, at the front line of getting the information about the weather and projecting what may happen, you guys have houses too in all parts of the island. So, like, first and foremost, is your team and all of your families, are you guys okay as well?
Yeah, all of our staff we are fine and accounted for, and so I shut down our office immediately after we dropped the typhoon warnings and got the last bulletins out of the way because I really wanted the staff to focus on their physical, mental, and emotional well-being and health. And so
Like a Mother Nature never stops and weather never stops, obviously. And we've got some precipitation coming down today. Like wherever you are on Guam, if you went to one of the transfer stations because you needed to, dump, waste materials, there was rain and everything. So is this something, Landon, that we need to keep an eye on? Because obviously it's going to cool the island off, maybe very nicely so, but it also makes for potentially hazardous driving conditions.
that's exactly it. It's been a mighty fine several days in the past since the storm passed, but today is a different story. I was actually going to ride my motorcycle into the office and save gas, but Mother Nature said, I don't think so. And so I'm in my Compass, my Jeep Compass today, because it is raining buckets out there. And so we have this little area of convergence, nothing organized. This is not something to be highly concerned about, but we do have a flash flood warning in effect through 12:15 this afternoon. That may be extended because we're still seeing a big push of just a lot of this deep convection, this vertically developed showers and thunderstorms that extend way up into the atmosphere. And so the higher in the atmosphere, the more showers, the thunderstorm potential. And this is just sitting in our area. So it's not so bad once you go north toward Tinian and Saipan, right up there. But this is just clustered right around Guam and Rota. It's just a small feature. But the lightning. So you see all this little yellow flashing on the screen. Those are lightning strikes. And so my big concern is that people are out and about cleaning debris, standing in line in traffic for gas for their vehicles or for tanks. People directing traffic. This is a high threat for everyone that's going to be outside with this lightning just popping over Guam and in the vicinity. That's going to continue for at least most of this afternoon. So
Oh
if
boy.
you're going to be outside, reconsider your plans. I hope the folks with GPD and the National Guard have a plan B for the folks that are directing traffic because this is not the best time for people to be standing in the middle of intersections, especially with all the metal poles, the wires overhead. Plus, you're out in the open. This is not a good time to be outside.
Indeed. Okay. And you know the one thing, ladies and gentlemen, it's probably the unofficial 11th commandment at this point, but Landon's been saying it to us for many years now. When thunder roars, head indoors. So if you start to hear that, don't risk it. Don't try and be hardcore, head inside. And wow, what are we looking at now? That is what has become of Typhoon Mawar. Now, as I understand it, known as Super Typhoon Betty. She got a new name when she headed to the Philippines.
Yeah, once she got into the PAR or the Philippine Area of Responsibility, she got that local name to the Philippines, Betty. Fortunately, she did not make direct landfall over any areas of the Philippines, but she is causing problems over there. She is not a rose, she's more of a thorn, as she was in our side as well for several days. But no direct landfall. But this is something that folks in Okinawa have to watch closely. And at this latest advisory, it was sustained winds are now 105 miles per hour. That's a category 2 moving north northwest at 5 miles per hour. So no direct threat to any land areas, but there are some little islands popped around here, Japanese islands, Philippine islands, but they're all going to get some outer effects of it. And when I say we dodged a bullet with this one, we did dodge a bullet because shortly after passing Guam, it intensified to a 185 mile per hour typhoon. I don't know how we would come out of that one. It just blows my mind, literally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's count our blessings. The ones that we have, and our island community certainly is rallying together and helping each other. And that is, like, I can think of no better way that describes the Hafaday spirit than to help out your neighbors and really do what's right.